Good afternoon and welcome to Lovington Lady Cat Softball from the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo this afternoon as we start the 2025 district season between your Lovington Lady Cats and the visiting Lady Rams of Portales. It'll be a top 10 matchup here this afternoon. Lovington number 2 in Class 5A, Portales right now at number 10. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. We will start with the visiting Portales Lady Rams under head coach Amanda Bonner. They come in at 9-8 on the year and, as mentioned, number 10 right now in Class 4A. For Portales, leading it off as their leading hitter, Miley Bonda. She'll be playing in center field. Batting second is the shortstop, Angel Ornelas. Batting third and pitching, Annalie Lujan. Batting fourth and catching, Addison Mayberry. Batting fifth is the second baseman, Amaya Lujan. Batting sixth is the DP, Gloria Terrazas. She'll be hitting in place of the first baseman, Dossie Cordova. Batting seventh and playing in left will be Lisette Gomez. Batting eighth, playing third, Anetsi Acosta. And in the number 9 slot will be the right fielder, Maria Lujan. The rest of the bench for Portales looks like number 13, Rangel, number 18, Freeman, number 4, Espinosa, and number 10, Zendejas. For your Lovington Lady Cats under head coach Stephen McCraw, 12-5 on the year, number 2 in Class 4A. They are led out onto the field. Leading it off and catching will be Anahi Kidoga. Batting second, playing second, Honey Morales. Hitting in the 3 spot is the shortstop, Zabri Rodriguez. Batting fourth is the first baseman, Jocelyn Olguin. Batting in the 5 slot, center fielder, Zimmery Ellis. Batting sixth, and I've got it, yes. Batting sixth and playing third will be Yaya Garcia. Batting seventh in the DP in this one will be Sabri Sanchez. Sabri will be hitting in place of Daphne Utahara. Daph in the ring for this one. Bailey Garcia plays in left, and batting ninth and playing in right will be Bethany Tavera. The rest of the bench for Coach McCraw's Lady Cats be number 1, Paisha Gonzalez, number 8, Delilah Ruiz, number 10, Malaya Castro, number 12, Braylon Hernandez, number 13, Zoe Blackwell, number 15, Leslie Corral, number 19, Andrea Hernandez, number 20, Ivory Lopez, number 23, Johanna Ochoa, and number 24 or 77, I think she's 24 today, that'll be Jabri Rios. And it looks like it will be Nathan Dodge. He will be the head coach for today. They actually have 2 head coaches listed for Portales, Coach Dodge and Coach Bonner. Of course, Coach Bonner, longtime head coach, but Coach Dodge looks like he's handling the exchange today, so he will be the head coach of record for this one. In the field for your Lady Cats, Utahara and Kidoga. That's your battery, Olguin, Morales, Rodriguez, and Garcia. Around the infield, first to third, Garcia, Ellis, and Tavera. Around the outfield from left to right. Beautiful afternoon for softball. A little bit breezy as we get ready for the first pitch of this one here in just a little while. We'll be looking at 73 degrees, but the wind is blowing. It is blowing straight in here at Lady Wildcat Field and gusting up to 20 miles an hour. So going to be a little bit breezy. The Lady Cats have had some hitting woes here as of late, but the pitching has kept them in it and helped improve their record up to 12-5. The visiting Lady Rams of Portales will be wearing the road black unis with the white pinstripes and the red letters and numbers. Of course, Portales and block lettering on the front. For your Lovington Lady Cats, they are in the all-white unis today with the blue pinstripes, blue letters and numbers, and Wildcats in front of their jerseys. Great to have you with us here this afternoon as we get ready for the start of District 2025. It has been a great lead up to here, but now the games really do start to matter as we start what is sometimes called the second season in high school sports. So the opening round of District. Now Portales is on a 3-game skid, losing a couple of games to Dexter and then losing their last tune-up earlier this week, or I'm sorry, last week, to get ready for District. Lovington on a good run as they beat the Roswell Lady Coyotes in here the other night. Tough game, 4-2, as the team's being introduced out onto the field as we prepare for the start of this one. Hope you are having a fantastic one wherever you are watching around the world on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, after tonight for the Lady Cats, they'll be back in action on Thursday evening. Doubleheader right back here with the Lady Bulldogs of Artesia coming to town. Of course, after this evening, afternoon, whatever you want to call it for Portales, they'll be taking on the Lady Rockets of Goddard as, of course, the district season will continue. And, of course, while we have a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of our great sponsors who make Lovington Lady Cat softball possible. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. I did get my tablet working somehow, so we'll also be hearing from those great folks as we go through the game here this afternoon. So looking forward to what should be a great one, the opening of district in a rivalry matchup between Lovington and Portales. It's one of those cases where I don't care what the sport is. I don't care what the event is. If it's Lovington and Portales, it is going to be a barn burner. Forget the records. Forget what should happen. It's going to be a good one, you hope. Lovington has had the better of this matchup over the last 20 years or so. But Portales would look to break that one and really start the district season off in the right way. Key for Lovington this afternoon, it's going to be find the softball. They've been in a bit of a slump, a team that averages about 11, 12 runs a game. Well, they definitely have had problems. Of course, scoring just 4 runs against Roswell High, scoring just 1 in the loss to Dexter, scoring 5 in the win against Dexter. Now, they exploded for over 13 against Denver City, but the bats have gone a little bit cold. They relied on fantastic and outstanding pitching to keep them in games and to win, of course, an awful lot of those games. But if they can get the bats clicking here today, it'll be good. With the wind blowing in, going to be very important to drive the ball. You're probably not going to get it out of here. Don't try and put it up. Don't try and park it. No point in that. Just make solid contact. Get Portales moving around. That's kind of been over the last, we'll say, at least since the COVID year when I started doing these regularly for the Lovington Lady Cats. Portales, they're pretty good if you hit it right at them, but if you get them moving and you get too many moving pieces, that's where they tend to make a few mistakes. So just get the ball in play and make Portales make plays, and I think you will be okay. And, hey, a good time to break out of a slump is when district starts, so you get ready to peak going into the state tournament. We'll go ahead and take a timeout, come back with the first pitch of this one. It's the Lovington Lady Cats and the Portales Lady Rams from here at Lady Wildcat Field in Lovington. District Opener 2025 is here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, Dawn Morgan on assignment this afternoon, so it is on me, so I apologize for everything I mess up in advance. Utahara in the ring, finishing her warm-ups. Quiroga is her battery mate. Olguin, Morales, Rodriguez, and Garcia around the infield from first to third. Garcia, Ellis, and Tavera in the outfield from left to right. Miley Bonda, the leading, well, pretty much everything for this Portales team, will lead it off. She's hitting over 500, I think 511, has a 562 on-base percentage. She's also their leading stealer, as you would expect, as the leadoff hitter. Good speed, and their center fielder, and she's also their leading home run hitter. So Bonda's the one you got to be the most careful of if you are the Lovington Lady Cats out there this afternoon. So thanks for being here as we get ready to start this one. Is not sure what's going on with this thing here, but all right, well, we'll just make it work. Let's see. Cancel as my board has decided to do weird things here. So, all right, well, we'll make it all work. So it's working now. That's all I care about. So Bonda, the lefty, will step to the dish, and we are ready to go as the district season is now underway. 73 degrees, winds gusting up to 20-25 miles an hour from the southeast, which is directly in here at Lady Cat Field. In the line, and the first pitch to Bonda is going to be on the inside corner. Yes, ma'am. That will be a called strike one. So it'll be a no ball, one strike count. Utahara, the quick worker, kicks and fires, and that one will come up and in and even things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count to Bonda, leading things off for the Lady Rams of Portales. Utahara ready to go, has her sign, kicks and fires, and that'll be a little looper out to second base as Morales underneath that one, and just a little pop out to Morales at second, and there is one down. So 1 down, 1 out. As now it'll be Angel Ornelas to the plate. So Ornelas, the righty for the Lady Rams, steps in as Utahara kicks and fires. The first one will be up and away, and that will be ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count, 1 down. Ornelas is the hitter. Annalie Lujan waits on deck for a pitcher-on-pitcher duel. As Utahara kicks and fires, that one is going to be up and away for ball number 2. I find the right buttons here on the scorebug. There we go. So a 2 ball, no strike count. Quiroga and Utahara both take a long look into the dugout. Have what they want, and here comes the pitch, and that one will be inside, and a nice, good late break. Almost a cut fastball there. Cuts into the inside corner, and that'll be strike 1. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be looped in the air out to deep left field. Getting to it quickly is Garcia. Drops in front of Bailey. And so it'll be a 1-out single to left for Ornelas. She was sitting there waiting on that one. And so 1 on with 1 out. And now the number 3 hitter, Annalie Lujan, coming to the plate. So Lujan, the pitcher, over a 5 ERA. But if you can get enough run support, that doesn't really matter, and she's going to try and help her own run support. So does a little gardening in the inside right side box, and the first pitch, that cutter inside, missing inside for ball number 1. So it'll be a 1 ball, no strike count. Runner at first is Ornelas. Olguin in slightly at first. Middle infielders back deep, and the pitch swung on, and that one will be fouled back to the netting. And even things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Just underway, District 2025. Utahara, the Galveston College commit in the ring for the Lady Cats. And the 1-1 pitch. Yeah, ooh, I don't think she checked that one up, but the ump disagreed. Lujan ready to chase, but somehow does not break. And so holds it up, and it'll be ball number 2. So a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Utahara, the quick worker, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a shot that'll find its way through past Rodriguez, who gets to it quickly. Garcia will get it back in, but not fast enough, as that'll let Ornelas move all the way first to third, and Lujan has the single to left and then moves over to second on the throw in to third. So now it'll be Addison Mayberry, the cleanup hitter and catcher for Portales. With 2 on, just 1 out, and a bit of a jam here early for the Lovington Lady Cats. Kidoga down behind the plate. As Udahata kicks and fires, that'll be a fastball at the knees. Yes, ma'am, strike 1. Good pitch on the inside corner. And it's 0-1 the count. Udahata back, ready to go, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a little pop-up, could be trouble, and it gets over the head of Honey Morales, reaches out, tries to get to it. They'll burn down the runner going to third on a good throw by Ellis, and so Lujan will be out. That will be an 8-5 for out number 2, but Mayberry will have an RBI single as that will cash in Ornelas. And Portales will take a 1-0 lead. So the runner at first now is Mayberry with 2 down, and that'll bring Amaya Lujan to the plate. We'll have a courtesy runner check into the ball game. It'll be Ashley Rangel to run for the catcher, Mayberry. As timeout asked for by Coach Dodge, as he wants to talk to the umpire about something. I don't know what they could be possibly discussing here, but I guess we will find out. So it was not a particularly close play over at third, so I'm not sure he could be arguing about that now, but they are going to bring the home plate umpire, the crew chief, into this one. Again, not sure what the discussion could be about. Unless they're going to claim interference on the runner going to third. That would be the only thing I can imagine that would be possible on that, but it didn't look like it was, not from up here anyway. Of course, I'm not right there on it. And they went ahead and called it, and so, all right, everything is going to stay like it was. So 2 out, 1 on, 1 run across for Portales as they've come out and gotten the bats clicking. Runner at first is Rangel running for Mayberry in the first pitch, and that one will miss. Ooh, hit the outside corner to Amaya Lujan, and that'll be strike number 1. So an 0-1 count to Lujan. Portales up 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. Udahata ready to go on the kick and the pitch. Snap throw back down. Snap tag thrown down by Olguin, but back in safely is Rangel. And it was ball 1 at the plate to Lujan. So a 1-1 strike count. Lujan at the plate. Portales trying to tack on to a 1-0 lead. Udahata ready, and the 1-1 pitch. Got her with the changeup. Well out in front of strike number 2. Udahata doesn't pull that one out of the bag very often, but it's very effective when she does. Fastball, rising fastball, changeup, cutter, curve, and the 1-2 pitch, the riser that time goes out of play, and slipping in the front of the ring was Utahada. Now she's going to do a little groundwork in the landing zone, get some of the rocks and the pebbles out of there. That one would have been a wild pitch if Lujan hadn't reached out and slapped at it and got a piece of it. Wind's got a little coolness to it here this afternoon, turning into evening. In this game, the JV teams will play. But it is the varsity game first. That way there's no time limit on it like there is on a JV if they go first. Terrazas waits on deck if Lujan can find her way on. Rangel over at first, and the 1-2 pitch swung on. That'll be a slow roller foul over on the left side of things, so the count will stay at 1-2. Outfield playing fairly deep. Garcia shading slightly towards the line in left. Tavares shading slightly towards the line in right. Huge hole out in the alleys. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ringer up and set her down. First K of the ball game for Utahada. But the Lady Rams of Portales get a run across. After a half inning of play, it's Portales 1, Lovington coming to bat. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
In this day and time, every household needs reliable internet, and lots of it. LECO can provide that if you live in our fiber area. Give us a call. We can give you a gig of bandwidth speed. If you already have our service, it's easy to upgrade to a faster speed. LECO offers various priced packages to meet the increased needs of your family, providing you with faster speeds to your home. Upgrade now or simply make the switch to better, faster, more reliable internet. Call 370-5010. That's 370-5010.
Lovington Schools proudly supports their athletic teams and wants to encourage all teachers, students, and staff to keep pressing on. Wildcats, you are winners on and off of the court. Lovington Municipal Schools are proud of holding the utmost and highest standards. Go out there and be proud to be part of the Big Blue. For more information on what is happening now at Lovington Schools, log on to lovingtonschools.net and bet you won't be disappointed. Go Big Blue. 3 claps.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
For Portales, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors committed by the Lady Cats, and 1 runner left on base. Kidoga leads it off for Lovington. Lujan in the circle. Mayberry is her battery mate. Cordova, Lujan, Ornelas Acosta around the infield from first to third, and the first pitch to, and it's a wild one, gets away from Lujan and goes to the chain link for ball number 1. Oh, 1 ball, no strike count. Lujan in the ring with over a 5 ERA. Lovington been in a bit of a slump here lately, so Kidoga back in. And the pitch from Lujan, that'll be a fastball inside. And quickly, 2 balls and no strikes. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Outfield to be Gomez, Banda, and Lujan. So 3 Luhans in the game. Pitching second and in right. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one will be belt high inside corner. Good pitch. And that will be strike number 1. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lujan with the full windmill wind and kind of throws her whole body into it. A little bit different delivery, and the pitch, and that one will be high and outside for ball number 3. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Lujan with good velocity. But sometimes has a little trouble commanding the zone. So it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. As Lujan kicks and fires, and that one will be up around eyeball level for ball number 4. So Kidoga works the 5-pitch walk. Now it'll be Honey Morales to the plate. So Honey will step in, Lovington trailing by a run. But Kidoga, who runs for herself, generally stands over at first. Good speed on the base paths as Morales steps in. Towards the front of the box, slightly open stance as Lujan will kick and fire, and that one is up top for ball number 1 as Mayberry comes up ready to fire, but Kidoga retreating back. Lujan kind of with a little hitch right before she lets go of the ball, and so you got to just make sure you're not paying attention to the body. You're paying attention to the ball, and the 1-0 pitch, that one is going to be high, and that one is going to get away from Mayberry. The wild pitch will put Kidoga over at second, so gets on via the walk, and now runner in scoring position. 2-0 count at the plate to Morales. Your Lovington's hitters just make her pitch to you. Of course, district rivalry game. I'm sure there's a little bit of adrenaline flowing, and the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up into shallow left center field. On the run is Banda. She has to slide in as Ornelas will come over and make the grab. Almost disaster out there, but Morales pops it out into shallow center field for out number 1. So that'll put Zabri Rodriguez, the Lady Cat shortstop, to the plate. Zabri with the bright pink bat. Z-Rod to the plate. Jocelyn Olguin waits on deck. 1 out. Runner in scoring position is Kidoga, who worked the leadoff walk. First pitch to Rodriguez, fastball away, and that will be ball number 1. So it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Lovington trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Portales got the bats clicking pretty well in that first, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be an off-speed pitch that'll be low for ball number 2. If she could command the zone a little bit better, that would be an extremely effective and efficient pitch for her. So a 2-ball, no strike count to Zabry, and the pitch, that one will be high and rising out of the zone, ball 3. So a 3-ball, no strike count. Be interesting to see if Zabry has the take sign on from Coach McCraw here. If she's got the green light, there's something that she thinks she can handle here. And the 3-0 pitch, that one will be low for ball 4, and that one is going to get away from Mayberry, and that will move Kidoga around, and it gets away from Mayberry once again, and that will let Zabry go to second, so she gets the walk, and then we'll move around. So that'll be the second walk of the ball game, and then on a oopsie at the plate, so an error will score Kidoga as a bad transfer there, so an error ties this one up at 1 run apiece. So Lovington taking advantage of the errors. So now Jocelyn Olguin will step in with Rodriguez at second. And now Olguin to the plate. The Lady Cat cleanup hitter waits on the first pitch. Lujan delivers fastball away. Whoa. Mayberry framed that one up and jerked it back over about 6 inches. And the ump was on her side there for strike 1. So a 0-ball, 1 strike count. Zabry stands at second. We're tied at 1, and the pitch swung on. That'll be a hard shot on the ground, going to find its way through, out into left field. Gomez comes up with it and fires in, but it'll be a 1-out single to left for Olguin. Just keep it on the ground and do what you got to do. So now Zimri Ellis to the plate. Mentioned in the pregame show, over the last 5 years or so, Portales has done really pretty good if you hit it right at them, but if you can get their pieces moving, that's where they tend to make mistakes. So now Ellis, the center fielder, will step in. Lady Cats at the corners, trying to get this out of the 1-run lead, and a throw down to second, and that's going to burn down Olguin. And so 2-6 Olguin, and Rodriguez not going on the throw down, and so a throw out, aggressive on the base paths, cost the Lady Cats an out. It was a ball to Ellis at the plate. So a 1-ball, no strike count, and the pitch, that one will be in the dirt, and that one's going to get away from Mayberry momentarily, finds it quickly, and that'll be ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Runner at first is Rodriguez. We are tied at 1. As the wind in, the pitch swung on. That one lifted high in the air out to shallow left field, right to Gomez. Has to take about 1 step over to her right, and she will make the grab for out number 3. But Lovington gets the run back. We head to the top of the second, all tied at 1. This is Lovington Lady Cat softball.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
For Lovington in the bottom of the first, they get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error committed by Portales. And there is 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the second. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. That is Terrazas, Gomez, and Acosta due up for Portales. Welcome in. I'm TJ Miracle for this district opener. Of course, after this evening, doubleheader right back here on Thursday. Going into the holiday weekend against Artesia. That ought to be a fun one. We'll be right here, Lovington Sports YouTube. We'll have the Lovington boys baseball game on Thursday afternoon, too. You have to see for sure where that one is going to be. We've got a full load on Thursday, and the first pitch from Utahada to Terrazas is inside for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count, top of the second. As Terrazas, the DP, leads it off. Olguin in slightly over at first, and the 1-0 pitch, fastball. And that one hits the outside corner and evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Outfield deep, and corner outfielders still playing towards their respective lines. The 1-1 pitch, that'll be a slow roller on the ground. Morales has to wait on it momentarily, underhands it, basically rolls it to Olguin over at first. Jocelyn stretches out, grabs it in time. 4-3 for out number 1. So 1 down, and now Lizette Gomez to the plate for Portales. With 1 down, Gomez, the lanky left fielder, made the last out in the prior half inning. First pitch to Gomez. That one a late break on the inside, and it'll be called strike 1. So no ball, 1 strike count. Top of the second, all tied at 1. Udahana trying to settle things down in the ring. Next pitch, fastball, just runs that one by swinging Gomez. And quickly ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So she'll look over into the dugout. Everybody checks their wristbands, and the 0-2 pitch swung on and getting just a piece of that one in towards the hands, and on top of it, it's shooting back to the padding. So the count will stay at 0-2. Little oopsie on the exchange there. That cost Portales a run. Nobody on for the Lady Rams here, so no harm, no foul. And we'll reset at 0-2. Gomez settles back in, and the 0-2 pitch, that's in there, yes ma'am, ringer up, sitter down. Second K of the ball game for Utahada, and there is 2 down now. Now that's the Acosta to the plate for Portales. She can find a way on. Maria Lujan would be next. She waits on deck, the number 9 hitter. Utahada has her sign, and she'll kick and fire inside and low for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Utahada gets the dirt on the fingertips, as she often does, and settles back in. And the 1-0 pitch, fastball, runs it right by a swinging Acosta and evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Again, wind is blowing mostly in, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. The 1-1 pitch took something off of that one and had some break on it. The curveball gets Acosta chasing one outside for strike number 2. So it'll be a 1-ball, 2 strike count. Udahada a pitch away from getting it out with a clean inning. Curveball inside corner. It's that cutter. Gets her with it. Ringer up, center down. 3 up, 3 down for Portales in this top half of the second inning. After an inning and a half, we're all tied at 1. It's Lovington and Portales here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Portales goes 1-2-3 in the top half of the second. We are still knotted up at a run apiece as it'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for your Lovington Lady Cats. Yaya Garcia, Sabri Sanchez, and then Bailey Garcia. Welcome back here to Lovington Lady Cat Field. District opener here in 2025. Lovington, the defending district champs. And right now, number 2 in the state. So Yaya will step in. She'll take the first pitch from Acosta. Inside corner, from Lujan. Got a late break on that one herself. And it is called strike number 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Garcia leads it off. Wind and the pitch gets her to chase a rising fastball. So Yaya quickly down. No balls, 2 strikes. Going to have to go into plate protection mode. Garcia back in. Lujan ready to go. Mayberry sets up inside and the pitch. That one is up and in for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Outfield deep. Gomez. Everybody, pretty much playing straight up out there, looks like. Lujan maybe a step or 2 in over at right. And the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up behind second base, and the wind catches it, moves it in front of second, and Ornelas, the shortstop, will come over and grab that one on the pop out for out number 1. So 1 down now is Sabri Sanchez. Sabri will step in with 1 down, nobody on the Lovington DP here this afternoon. As she'll look down, Coach McCraw flashes out the offensive signals. Sabri will settle in. Of course, she's hitting in place of Utahara. And the first pitch, she thinks about the slap bunt, pulls it back as that one flies high out of the zone for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Sabri out momentarily, looks down to Coach McCraw, now is back in. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. Good hack at it, gets a piece of it back into the chain link and evens things up at a ball and a strike. Bottom of the second, all tied at 1 each. Lady Cats and the Lady Rams opening district. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count as Lujan will check the wristband and the 1-1 pitch. Sabri shows a little bunt and pushes it foul. Sabri's not one who's been known to bunt much over the years. And it becomes a 1 ball, 2 strike count. And that'll be swing away time with a 1-2 count. Mayberry and Lujan getting on the same page. Mayberry sets up inside and the 1-2 pitch swung on. Sabri gets a piece of that one. Sanchez fouls it off and we stay at 1-2. So 1 down with Bailey Garcia, the left fielder, waiting on deck for Lovington. Pretty good crowd on hand here for a Tuesday afternoon into evening tilt. As Lujan ready to go, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and Sabri gets a piece of that one. Comes back and hits the handrail to my right and goes off behind the press and announcer's booth. So Sabri's fought off a couple pretty good pitches there from Lujan. Lujan does have a changeup, and she's finding the zone a little bit better. Might be when you see it in the 1-2 pitch, and yeah, I think that was the changeup, and Sabri got underneath it and shot it back to the chain link again, so she's fouled off 3 straight pitches. Actually, I'm sorry, 4 straight pitches now to stay alive. So she fouled off strike 2. So the 3 after that. 1-2 once again swung on, and that'll be a line shot, but it's going to be foul out into left field. Was ready for that one and jumped on it, but got around on it just a little bit early. So the count stays at 1-2. Again, if you're Lovington's hitters, don't try and kill the ball. Just take what they give you, put it in play. Good things will happen. 1-2 on the way once again. Swung on and missed. Got her with the rising fastball. So that'll be the first K of the ball game for Lujan, and there is 2 up, 2 down for the Lady Cats, and now it will turn over to Bailey Garcia. All tied at 1 as at least through the first inning and 2/3, Lovington's hitting woes continuing. So now Garcia back in. As Mayberry and Lujan check the wristbands, are ready to go. Bailey with the open stance right at the front of the box. First pitch off speed, inside and low for ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Cats and the Rams from here in Lovington this afternoon to Open District. Lujan ready to go, and she'll deal off speed and gets Bailey well out in front of that one. Takes a big cut, but comes up empty, and things are evened up at a ball and a strike. Garcia will step back in. Steven tells her, watch the ball. And the 1-1 pitch, that one is going to be low and in. Shoe shiner, ball number 2. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Garcia, nobody on, 2 outs. Lady Cats and the Lady Rams tied at 1. 2-1 pitch, that was the riser. Bailey gets under it, fouls it back to the screen, and evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-ball, 2 strike count. Garcia can find a way on. Tavera waits on deck, then would turn it back over to the top of the Lovington lineup. Lujan fires the 2-2, got her with the risers. Strike 3, and so back-to-back Ks, and it is a clean inning for Portales as Lovington goes 1-2-3. We have played 2 here at Lady Cat Field, and we are tied at 1. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington. Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Lovington goes quietly in the second. 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We head to the third. It'll be 9-1-2 to up for Portales. That's Maria Lujan, then Miley Bonda, and Angel Ornelas. Welcome back to Lovington and Lovington Lady Cat Field. All knotted up at 1 apiece. Udahata in the ring. So now she'll take on the right fielder for Portales, and the first pitch will sail on her. That'll be ball number 1. The 1-ball, no strike count just underway, top 3. Lovington and Portales knotted up at a run apiece, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one will go out of play over the Lovington dugout and over the head of Mr. Williams, the principal, and even things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count. Coach Murad, the athletic director, looks like he's going to go retrieve that one. And the 1-1 pitch got her to wave at one outside. The fastball outside, strike number 2. So the 1-ball, 2 strike count. Garcia and Olguin, pretty much their normal positions. Olguin maybe in a step over at first. And the pitch swung on, and that one will be popped up into center field. Ellis doesn't even have to move, just make sure she has it, puts the glove up, uses 2 hands, at least has one at the bottom, and it'll be a fly out to center for out number 1. So 1 down now, as that'll turn it back over to Miley Bonda. Bonda, the senior lefty leadoff hitter and center fielder for this Portales team. Bonda popped out to Morales at second. Her last time up, she is 0 for 1. And she'll take the first pitch. It's in a hard shot, and Honey gets to it. Nice job backhanding that one. And then setting her feet and firing it over to Olguin at first in time to get the speedy Bonda 4-3 for out number 2. You like that? 1 pitch, 1 out. Now Angel Ornelas to the plate. Ornelas shot 1 out to left her last time up and scored Portales' lone run of the ball game. So Ornelas 1 for 1 will step in, 2 on or 2 out, nobody on in the first pitch, and that one will be just high for ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Ornelas going to do a little more work in the box. Into this one, the way they do things, it's almost a hole there, and that off-speed pitch, it drops in at the last second and clips the top of the zone. Don Morgan calls that one the watermelon. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. One don't see often from Daff. And the pitch swung on, and that fastball is shot back to the screening, and so that'll be strike number 2 if I hit the right buttons there. So it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count to the number 2 hitter, Ornelas. Udahata, the quick worker, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one will be lifted foul and out of play behind the Portales dugout. So the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Again, Lovington trying to get out of this one with a clean inning. Portales wants to see if they can get a 2-out rally going. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Got her to chase on the outside curveball. Ring her up and set her down. 4th K of the ball game for Utahata, and it's a 1-2-3 Portales top of the 3rd. After 2.5 innings of play, 1-1 our score. The Lady Cats and the Lady Rams continue in a moment.
Lasco Construction.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
In this day and time, every household needs reliable internet, and lots of it. LECO can provide that if you live in our fiber area. Give us a call. We can give you a gig of bandwidth speed. If you already have our service, it's easy to upgrade to a faster speed. LECO offers various priced packages to meet the increased needs of your family, providing you with faster speeds to your home. Upgrade now or simply make the switch to better, faster, more reliable internet. Call 370-5010. That's 370-5010.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Portales goes 1-2-3 in the top of the top of the 3rd. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be 9-1-2. That is Tavera, Quiroga, and Morales due up for Lovington. All tied up at 1. As Tavera, the right fielder, will step in to lead it off, then turn it back over to the top of the lineup. Portales has played it even so far. Right now, Portales is probably thinking, if it wasn't for that one error, we'd be up in this one. So Tavera, her first at bat of the ball game. She'll take the first pitch from Lujan. Checks the swing. Shouldn't have. It was inside corner. Called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Tavera. She'll adjust right at the front of the box, the open stance. And the 0-1 delivery swung on, and that one is hit into shallow left field. Going to drop in front of Gomez, who bobbles it momentarily, but will get it back into Ornelas at short. And it is a leadoff single, a little dump into left for Tavera. And that's what you want if you're Lovington. Go ahead and see if you can get some population out on the base pass. So Quiroga will step in. Walked and scored on an error on a catcher-pitcher exchange. So now she'll step in. The leadoff hitter with a runner at first in the form of Tavera. Good speed. And she'll show bunt. Pulls it back and down as that one will be a rising fastball out of the zone. And it'll be ball number 1. 5-pitch walk for Quiroga in the first. Tavera stands over at first. Holly Morales waits on deck. Quiroga back in the box. Lujan deals. That one will be high for ball number 2. With 2 ball, no strike count. Mayberry behind the plate tried to frame that one up. Lujan and Mayberry the battery. Cordova, Lujan, Ornelas a coast to the infield. Gomez, Bonda, Lujan the outfield. And the 2-0 pitch as Quiroga shows bunt and fouls it off the end of the bat. Kind of a cue shot foul there. Again, Quiroga not one who has done a whole lot of bunting in her time in the starting lineup. Trying to play a little small ball, trying to create a little confusion if they can. It's 2-1 strike count. Canoga gets her signs from Coach McCraw, and then now she's back in. Lujan will kick and fire, and that one is lifted in the air to center field, and going over into the alley in left center is Bonda. Good speed for Bonda. Gets to that one, and it'll be a fly out to center for out number 1. So 1 down as Honey Morales steps in. Honey popped out to center her last time up. That pop out, and Bonda with a good arm. Tavera has to stay stapled over at first. Lujan toes the rubber towards the first base side of it. So Morales going to show bunt, then pulls it back and prepares to swing away. Doesn't need to. It's high for ball 1. Still the 1 ball, no strike count. As Portales coach is barking about something. The ump just looks over at the dugout and shrugs his shoulders. And the 1-0 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air, out to right field into foul ground. Giving chase is Lujan. Doesn't get to it in time, so it's just a long strike number 1. Morales a little bit late on that fastball, but got good lumber to it. Just needs to straighten it out a little bit if she can. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count as Morales will step back in, checks with the ump about the count. 1 out, 1 on, all tied at 1. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Two teams' lines look very similar. The 1-1 pitch as Morales will show bunt, and that one will go foul down the third baseline. As Acosta almost touched it in foul or in fair territory, but smartly saw it was going to go foul, and so that'll be strike number 2. Again, Honey's not one who's done a lot of bunting over the years. She's been seeing regular time at the varsity level. Team of sluggers, but they're a team of sluggers in a slump right now. 1-2 pitch, and that riser is out of the zone. Having to leap up out of the crouch is Mayberry to go get that one to keep Tavera at first. So it's just a slightly dramatic ball number 2. Outfield deep. Infield pretty much their normal positions. 2-2 pitch to Morales. That one will be high for ball number 3 as Honey starts heading down to first. Yeah, it's just ball 3, Honey. So it'll be a full count now. First full count of the ball game encountered by either pitcher. So Morales going to have to keep it close. As Lujan ready to twirl, and the pitch, and that one will be high for ball 4. So runners at first and second. 3rd walk of the ball game issued by Lujan. Tavera trots to second. Now Morales at first. So now Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. Zabri walked and was left stranded back in the first, but now Lovington with some traffic on the base paths. Going to try and do a little damage here. Zabri steps in, runners at first and second. And the first pitch, that one is going to be high and away, and that one is going to get away from Mayberry. Runners on the move, and everybody going to be safe on the passed ball as Tavera to third, Morales to second, and ball 1 to Rodriguez at the plate. The 1 ball, no strike count as Coach Bonner going to go out and have a word with Lujan in the circle. While we have a moment, big thank you to all of our great sponsors who make Lovington Lady Cat Athletics possible. Here on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. You hear their ads, you see them there at the bottom of your screen. We could not do it without their help and support, making sure that we never have to even think about charging you to watch your kids and your teams play. You'll be sure when you're looking for goods and services, you support those businesses that support our Lovington Wildcats and Lovington Lady Cats. Of course, after today, district continues on Thursday afternoon. Doubleheader right back here at Lady Cat Field. Artesia coming to town. 2-3 battle in the 4A ranks. We'll also have the Lovington Baseball District opener for you on Thursday. Charlie the Thumb Fairbrush will be filling in on that one over at Wildcat Park. Thanks, Charlie, for agreeing to do that on Thursday for us. So Zabry back in with a 1-0 count as Lujan kicks and fires. Zabry takes that one, gets underneath it, and shoots it foul out of play. And evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. From the baseball front, no games on Good Friday, but Lovington baseball have a doubleheader Saturday at Goddard and Roswell. We'll have that for you. The 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to deep left field, but it is bending and foul out of play. So a long, loud strike number 2 for Zabry. Rodriguez trying to break the 1-all tie with one swing of the bat. Going to be hard to do, though, the way the wind's blowing in here. She just hit a screamer on the line, and the 1-2 pitch swung on. That one is going to be popped up to shallow center. That one's high enough. It might bring rain as Ornelas goes out behind the bag at second, just into the grass. For out number 2, Rodriguez pops it up. So now 2 down as Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. Olguin singled to left her last time up and got thrown out attempting to steal second. So Olguin will step in. 2 on, 2 out now. But Lovington threatening. And that one is in the dirt, going to get away from Mayberry. Tavera not quite ready to go from third, and it'll wind up just being ball 1. Mayberry did a pretty good job keeping that one in the neighborhood of in front of her and walking it up the third baseline. Tavera had been ready to move. I think the second the bobble happened, she might have made it, but in a 1-all game where you're not hitting, not the greatest thing. That'll be a little line shot, going to find its way through into shallow right field. Lujan comes up with it, but it'll score 1, it'll score 2, and it is a 2 RBI single to right for Jocelyn Olguin, and Lovington will break the tie and make this one a 2-0, or rather a 3-1 ball game, a 2-run lead for Lovington. So now Zimri Ellis to the plate with Olguin at first. After the 2 RBI single to right. I said, just put it in play. Good things will happen. Ellis flew out to right her last time up as Olguin thought about taking off again. Wisely takes it back to first as Mayberry's already proven she's got a pretty good arm. It was strike 1 at the plate to Ellis. So a no ball, 1 strike count. And the 0-1, that one will be high to Zimri, and that'll even things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lovington with 2 runs across with 2 outs this inning. They have done a lot of damage this season with 2 X's on the board. And the 1-1 pitch, that one is up and in for ball number 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. Olguin at first. And 2 runs across for Lovington. They'd like to keep the turnstiles moving if they could. Yaya Garcia waits on deck. And the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be popped up into shallow center field. Ornelas runs over and makes the grab. Same place she did with Rodriguez a moment ago for out number 3. But the damage is done as Lovington plates 2. We head to the 4th. It's Lovington 3, Portales 1. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
For the Lady Cats, they get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors committed, and 1 runner left on. We've played 3. Lovington leads the district opener 3-1. It'll be 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the lineup due up for Portales. Annalie Lujan will lead it off. She singled to left her last time up. And then got thrown out trying to turn an RBI single and trying to turn an extra base. And she'll take the first pitch and pop that one up over on the left side of the infield. Rodriguez comes in, calls off Garcia, and makes the grab for out number one. So the pop out to Zabri, and there is one down just like that. So now it'll be Addison Mayberry to the plate. She did have the RBI single, was left stranded back in the first. She is 1 for 1. Looks like Portales has decided maybe the best way to get to Utahada is not to let her establish. Go ahead and take a hack if the first one looks close, and that's pretty much what they've been doing this game. They have not taken her deep into any count with any hitter through 3 1/3. First pitch curveball away, and that'll be ball number one. And again, nobody's even gotten to 3 balls on Utahada yet. They've been aggressive with the sticks. And the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot on the ground. It bounces off the bag at third. Yaya can't handle it. Zabri gets to it and fires it across the diamond, but not going to be in time. And so it'll be an infield single for Addison Mayberry. So 1 out, and that'll put a runner at first as now Amaya Lujan to the plate. She's 0 for 1, was a strikeout victim to in the first. But now Portales going to try and get those runs back. They gave up in the bottom of the third, here in the top of the fourth. So it'll be Lujan to the plate, and she'll take the first one and pop that one up and over my head for strike number 1. 1 down, 1 on, 1 out. Mayberry waits at first. The Lady Ram catcher running for herself. And the pitch swung on. That one will be popped out over to the right side of things. And so Utahada quickly ahead of Lujan. No balls, 2 strikes. Outfield still playing deep. Corners are still shading towards their respective lines. Infield at double play depth. And the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be a little loop shot as just foul. As I thought Olguin might have gotten that one in fair territory. The ump right there on top of it. Both the home plate and the field ump said nope, it was in foul ground. So we'll reset at 0-2. And the pitch swung on and missed. Got her with the changeup. Ring her up and set her down. That is the 5th K of the ball game for Utahada. And there is 2 down now for Portales with Gloria Terrazas to the plate. Terrazas grounded out to Morales. Back in the second, she is 0 for 1. So 2 out now with a runner at first. Lovington with the 3-1 lead. First pitch, curve ball, inside, missing. Ball 1. So it'll be a 1 ball, no strike count. Mayberry looking for an opportunity to run over at first. Olguin playing in a couple of steps. In the 1-0 pitch. Got her to wave at that one on the outside corner. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Portales trying to apply some 2-out pressure. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a little pop-up and foul over by the Lovington dugout. So that'll put Utahada ahead of Terrazas. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Olguin goes over, collects the ball, gets it back out to Utahada. Quiroga, Utahada both looking into the dugout. Pitch is signaled out. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, and getting just a piece of that one is Terrazas to stay alive. She can find a way on. Lizette Gomez waits on deck. Lovington would like to make this a 4-up, 3-down inning if they could. You should get a feeling this is going to be a marathon of a district season. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got her, ring her up, sit her down. Back-to-back strikeouts. Ends the Portales threat here in the 4th. After 3.5 innings of play, it's Lovington 3, Portales 1. The Lady Cats continue in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for Portales in the top of the 4th inning. Halfway through this district opener, Lovington in the lead, 3-1. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan on assignment in Roswell tonight with the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And leading it off for Lovington as we head to this bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. That's Garcia, Sanchez, and Garcia. So Yaya Garcia leads it off, the senior third baseman, 0 for 1. Popped it up over to the shortstop, her last time up. So Yaya is due. This whole Lovington offense the last couple of weeks has really kind of been stuck in neutral. Just keep kind of waiting for him to break it through and struggling up and down the lineup, but finding a way to scratch out the wins. Let's see if they can get the bats going here. They've been through the rotation a time and a half now as Lujan will deal it up and away for ball number 1. And I get the score bug caught up. There we go. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Lujan ready. She'll deal. Yaya takes that one, and late swing pops it foul and out of play over to the tennis courts. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count through 3+. Lujan, a couple of Ks, 3 walks, only giving up 3 hits. 1 error behind her. And the 1-1 pitch, that one will be high. Rise is out of the zone, ball number 2. So with 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lovington leading 3-1. Yaya Garcia is the hitter, leading it off for the Lady Cats here in their half of the 4th. Lujan has what she wants from Mayberry in the 2-1 pitch. That one is going to be low and in for ball number 3. So it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Timeout asked for by Coach DePorto. Wants to have a word with Garcia. Lujan and Mayberry, still your battery. Cordova, Lujan, Ornelas, and Acosta around the infield, first to third. Gomez, Bonda, Lujan in the outfield, left to right. Coach McCraw going to come over and have a quick word with the umpire. Both coaches have talked in the ear of the umpire a little bit. Both seeing some things they want everybody to keep an eye on. Garcia in the leadoff spot this inning is the number 6 hitter. Sabri Sanchez waits on deck, then Bailey Garcia is third. In the hole, as they say. And the 3-1 pitch to Yaya. That one will be a curveball. Hits the inside corner, and that will run the count full. Just the second full count encountered by Lovington hitters today. Good pitch with some late break there from Lujan. And the payoff pitch on the way. Yaya gets that one. Bouncer, and it bounces off the third baseman, Acosta. She bobbles it a couple of times, and that will let Yaya get over to first base. So Yaya will reach on the E5. If Acosta gets that one and does not bobble it, it's an infield single if Yaya is safe, but she bobbled it. So that'll be the second error of the afternoon for Portales. And now Sabri Sanchez to the plate. Johanna Ochoa will be on to courtesy run for Garcia. Getting a little more speed out on the base paths. Going to try and put some more pressure on Portales. Thing is not to get overly aggressive. Already seen that one cost each team an out here. And now Sabri to the plate. The Lady Cat senior. Sabri, the Western Texas commit. So Ochoa at first, and then Sabri takes the first pitch high for ball number 1. A 1-ball, no strike count. Lujan at times has struggled to find the zone, but has pitched really pretty good. A couple of errors behind her. Cost her a run, and now it's cost her a base runner. And the 1-0 pitch, that one will be high for ball number 2. And again, Sabry kind of pretending like she might slap bunt at it. And Sabry, another one who has not done a lot of bunting over the years. 4th or 5th year on varsity, and I could probably count on one hand the times I've seen her even attempt a bunt. And the 2-0 pitch, Sabry will take that one and pop it up over on the left side. Back with just her heels in the grass is Ornelas. And Lovington gets up under another one and pops it up for out number 1. The one down is Bailey Garcia to the plate. Let's see. For pop outs, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That is their 5th pop out of the afternoon. They're just swinging up. Level those swings out. So Bailey Garcia will step in. Ochoa still at first. First pitch, Garcia takes a big hack at a fastball. Comes up empty for strike number 1. Coach DePorto telling her level it out because she was swinging up. So a no ball, 1 strike count to Bailey, and the pitch swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. And that one is going to be yipped once again by Acosta. If Acosta doesn't touch that, I think Ornelas gets it clean and has a play. And so errors on both Garcias by Acosta. And so now Bethany Tavetta to the plate. Ochoa at second, Garcia at first. And now Tavetta to the plate. Tavetta dumped a little single into left her last time up. So now 2 on, 1 out. Lovington trying to add to the pressure, up by 2 runs. 3-1 our score. And we will have another courtesy runner check into the ball game. That's going to be Malaya Castro come in for Bailey. So Castro on to run. So Coach McCraw going to put more speed on the base paths as Tavera will step in 1 for 1. And Lovington threatening up by 2. But now 2 on and just 1 out. As the first pitch to Tavetta, good pitch right down the pipe, knee high. Bethany may not see a better pitch than that all year, and it'll be strike number 1. But now she's seen it. Lujan may have taken just a touch off of that one. And the 0-1 pitch, that riser is up and away. Mayberry has to come up out of her crouch and evens things up at a ball and a strike. Castro at first, running for Bailey Garcia. Ochoa at second, running for Yaya Garcia. Both reaching via errors. So now can the Lady Cats take advantage of the Portales errors? And the 1-1 pitch swung on. That'll be a chop shot on the ground. Acosta will get to that one, and she'll just take the easy way. And she will go step on to third to get Ochoa. So Tavera reaching via the fielder's choice. And that'll turn things back over to Quiroga. Sorry, as the tripod decided to move on me a little bit. We'll get that repositioned. So still 2 on, but now 2 out. Turn it back over to Quiroga. First pitch, Quiroga takes that one on the ground, but it is right at the shortstop, Ornelas, and she will run that one over and tap the bag to get Tavera for out number 3. And so Lovington threatens, but comes up empty. We head to the 5th. Lovington 3, Portales 1. Lady Wildcat softball continues in a moment on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington. Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Lovington threatens but comes up empty in the bottom of the fourth. No runs on no hits. 2 errors committed by Portales and 2 runners left on base as we head to the 5th inning. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Bottom third of the order. That's Lizette Gomez, Anetzi Acosta, and Maria Lujan. We will have some changes in the field as Malaya Castro will stay in the game and go in out in left. And Ochoa will head into the game, and she'll take over at third. Utahara still in the ring, and she will deal the first pitch, and that one will be on the outside corner. Strike 1 called to Gomez. Gomez 0 for 1, struck out her last time up. We'll reset the Lady Cat defense for you momentarily. As Utahara fires, that one check swing, and should have swung at it anyway, because it nipped the outside corner with some late break and makes it a no-ball 2-strike count. Lovington starting to hit a little more on the ground. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one will be away. Tailing fastball will be ball number 1 to Gomez. Gomez, Acosta, Lujan. Utahara in the ring. Kidoga is the catcher. And the 1-2 in there. Ringer up, set her down. That is K number 7 for Utahara, and there is 1 down for Portales here in their half of the 5th. Kidoga, Utahara in the ring. Kidoga is their catcher. There your battery. Now Olguin, Morales, Rodriguez, and Ochoa on the infield, first to third. Castro, Ellis, Tavera, outfield left to right. So Acosta to the plate, 0 for 1, and she'll take the first pitch on the inside corner. Kind of flinched away from that one. Good pitch from Utahara, strike 1. Last month or so, Utahara's had a little trouble finding the inside corner. Not the case here today. The 0-1 pitch gets her with the riser on the outside. Acosta takes a big hack but comes up empty and makes it a no-ball 2-strike count. Outfield playing deep. And Castro playing a more traditional left field position. 0-2 pitch, got her with the riser, ring her up and sit her down. Back-to-back strikeouts. And there is 2 down for Portales with Maria Lujan, the right fielder and number 9 hitter, to the plate. Lujan 0 for 1, flew out to Ellis in center. I think she got pretty good contact on it. Ellis playing deep, didn't even have to move. Hung up in the wind just a little bit. The wind is gusting up to 25 miles an hour in, and the first pitch to Acosta is inside right there, strike 1. Comes back, started inside, and then curved and broke right over the middle of the plate. Utahara works quickly in the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. That one hit off the end of the bat and foul down the first baseline. Olguin gets to it and tosses it back over to Utahara. So a no-ball 2-strike count. 2 down. Number 9 hitter for Portales at the plate. Lovington clings to a 3-1 lead. And the pitch, curveball, just missing inside. Tried to find that inside corner and just missed it. Pretty good pitch, though, but now you got her looking in. Might be time to pull her on the outside corner here. And the 1-2 pitch, and got her. Yes, they did. Ring her up, set her down, but gets away from the catcher, Kidoga, but she will fire it down in time to Olguin. So Utahara strikes out the side. Portales goes 1-2-3 to the bottom of the 5th. Lovington 3, Portales 1. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
In this day and time, every household needs reliable internet, and lots of it. LECO can provide that if you live in our fiber area. Give us a call. We can give you a gig of bandwidth speed. If you already have our service, it's easy to upgrade to a faster speed. LECO offers various priced packages to meet the increased needs of your family, providing you with faster speeds to your home. Upgrade now or simply make the switch to better, faster, more reliable internet. Call 370-5010. That's 370-5010.
Udahata strikes out the side in the top of the fifth. Portales goes 1, 2, 3. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It is 2, 3, and 4. Due up for Lovington. That's Morales, Rodriguez, and Olguin. I'm TJ Miracle. Welcome back here to Lovington Lady Cat Field. Lovington Lady Cat softball. So Morales will step in, 0 for 1. Walked and scored her last time up, and she'll take the first pitch and take that one high in the air out to deep right center field. And going over is Lujan. She started in on it and then had to adjust and go back at the last second. Morales gives it a ride, but comes up empty as she will fly out to right. One pitch, one out. And so that'll put Zabri Rodriguez at the plate with one down. So Zabri Rodriguez, 0 for 1. Walked in his left strand in the first. Popped out to shallow center in the third. So Zabri will step in, and she'll take the first pitch low and in for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Lovington leading this one 3-1. So now 1 down, bottom 5. And the 1-0, that one is going to sail, ball number 2. So now Lovington on their third time through the order. This is often when you'll really start getting to a pitcher if you've got him or her figured out. Baseball or softball. And the 2-0, that one a good off-speed pitch. I thought that one might have dropped in at the last second. The ump did not agree, and it'll be ball 3. But a pretty good pitch there. I don't even have to ask. I'm pretty sure Zabri's got the red light if she sees something she can handle, or the green light if she's got something she can handle, the 3-0. And, well, that one was right down the pipe, and it'll be strike 1. So I said red light. Maybe I should have stuck with that one. I really figured she had the green. I'd make her pitch to you. I like that idea, too. And the 3-1 pitch, and that one will be up and away, ball 4. So Zabri works her second walk of the ball game. Fourth walk issued by Lujan. And so now 1 on, 1 out, and the cleanup hitter Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. Olguin 2 for 2. Talked a little bit about the slump that the Lady Cat offense has been in. Olguin has broken out of hers today. A couple of singles and a couple of RBIs to her credit. Rick Lovington going to put in a courtesy runner for Zabri. That'll be Zoe Blackwell in. No, Blackwell in to run for Rodriguez.
Now batting senior number 9.
Just working on the speed. So now Olguin to the plate, 2 for 2 with a couple RBIs. Lovington would love to put some insurance on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just leading this one by 2 runs, and the first pitch is away for ball number 1 to Olguin, the senior cleanup hitter. Of course, USW commit, be staying close to home. Heading 18 miles down to USW next season. And the 1-0 pitch, Johnson will take that one. It'll be high in the air out to shallow right field into foul territory. Lujan on the horse, can't get to it quite in time, but she's got good speed out there. Winds up just being a long strike 1. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Olguin at the plate. This will be the most pitches she's seen in an at-bat. Her third, that'll equal her other 2 at-bats combined. And the pitch, Olguin check swing. Yep, didn't check it up, broke the plane, strike 2. As Lujan just reared back and ran that one up there. So now a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Blackwell running at first. And the 1-2 pitch off speed, got her swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Lujan, and there's 2 down for the Lady Cats here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So now it'll be Zimri Ellis 0 for 2. Zimri got to be feeling like she's due here. Flew out to left in the first, popped out to shallow center in the third. Now 2 outs, Blackwell at first, and the first pitch took something off of that one, and it clips through the zone for strike number 1. So a 0 ball, 1 strike count. Lujan mixing in this half inning a little more of that ball with the late drop on it. The 0-1 throws the riser that time out of the zone. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Mayberry having to come out of the crouch. For the most part, Mayberry done a very nice job this afternoon, has not let just a whole lot get by her. And it really didn't cost him anything. And the 1-1 swung on, and that one is going to be popped up on the infield as Mayberry trips over her own helmet, and it'll be foul ball. As Ellis gets a break on that one. Really, I think if Mayberry doesn't step in her own lid, she probably gets that one. She didn't use two hands, though, and I'll say it again, kids. If you have the ability to, always two hands. And so Ellis will get a new lease on life here with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Ellis with a couple of flyouts, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one's heading out to the parking lot. If you hit the big blue pickup, I'm okay with it. You wouldn't notice it anyway. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Johanna Ochoa waits on deck. If Ellis can find her way on, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to shallow left field. On the run and not able to corral that one is Gomez. Gets to it quickly enough to get it back in to keep a run from scoring. But Black will all the way around to third, and it'll be a bloop single to left for Zimmery Ellis. And that will put Lady Cats at the corners. Joanna Ochoa to the plate. Now remember, if they go here, they are not afraid with 2 outs to let Mayberry gun it down to Ornelas or Lujan at second. Now you got to be careful over at first. So Ochoa with her first at bat of the afternoon. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-run lead. And she'll take the first pitch, and that's a little bouncer that'll find its way through between third and short. Gomez comes up with it and will toss it in, but Ochoa takes it and just dumps it out into left field, and it'll be an RBI single as that'll cash in Blackwell. And so now that'll bring Sabri Sanchez to the plate. Ellis at second, Ochoa at first. So now Sanchez at the plate. Let me get the camera repositioned there so we can catch who's on base. So Sanchez 0-for-2. First pitch to Sabri as the runners are going, and the gun down. If it does not pull the runner, or rather a coast off the plate, Mayberry doesn't sling that one basically at Coach McCraw. Whoa, were they going to say she left early? Wow, they say she left early, and so that will be an out. So Ellis with the left early out for out number 3. Oof. You hate to see that, but an insurance run comes across for Lovington. We head to the 6th. The Wildcats lead by 3.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
1 run on 2 hits, no errors committed by Portales, and 1 runner left on, leaving the bases early to try and get the jump. Cost the Lady Cats out number 3, and so Udahata will have to deal with the top of the Portales lineup as it'll be Banda, Ornelas, and Lujan. That's Annalie Lujan. So Banda 0-for-2, and the first pitch from Udahata, good pitch, but just missing low for ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Underway, bottom 6, or rather top 6. Lovington would like to get another quick inning. The off-speed pitch is going to be outside and low for ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Banda leading it off 0-for-2, but feeling she's probably due in the 2-0 pitch, and that one will be at the knees right on the inside corner. Good pitch for strike number 1. Don't forget, we've got a doubleheader right back here on Thursday against Artesia. We'll have that for you here on Lovington Sports YouTube. 2-1 pitch, and that one fastball just missing inside as the groans come out from the blue and white. The black and red are like, yep, it was in. It was close. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count. As Utahada has what she wants in the 3-1 pitch fastball. Yep. Bonda probably not going to see a better pitch than that all season. That was Utahada running up there and saying, if you want it, you can have it. She didn't want it, and not sure she'd have caught it. The payoff pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air, drifting over into deep left center, and that really should have been Castro's ball. Ellis calls her off, and it snow cones out of the end of the glove, and so the E8, and Bonda will reach. And so now Portales going to try and get something going with Angel Ornelas to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the first, then struck out in the third. Castro didn't get a great jump on that one. Of course, this time of day, you're, especially on the left side of the infield, you're dealing with the sun. Infield and outfield, too, you're dealing with the sun, but probably still should have been Castro's ball. First pitch to Ornelas, swung on and missed. Ran the fastball by her for strike number 1. Bonda with good speed, 14 steals on the year, stands at second. Kidoga with a good arm behind the dish as the 0-1 pitch off speed. Bonda halfway over to third. I have a feeling Q kind of just looked at her and was like, yeah, go ahead and try it. And that evens up the count at 1-1 in the plate to Ornelas. As the 1-1 pitch, that one on the outside corner, took a little bit off of it. And gets the call for strike number 2. First base runner since the fourth inning for Portales. So just the second, though, since the first. 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the left side, and that one will get out of play behind the Portales dugout. So we'll reset it, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As I mentioned, after this evening, doubleheader right back here on Thursday. Artesia coming to town. Lovington boys will be opening their district season on Thursday against Goddard with a singleton across campus over at Wildcat Park. We'll have that one for you, too. Both will be on HobbsAmerica.com. We'll have Lovington on a YouTube channel, and, ooh, that one slips on Utahada and goes behind Ornelas. I'm not sure how that didn't hit her. And so the wild pitch will let Bonda go to third and even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the Lovington girls will be here on Lovington Sports YouTube, Lovington boys. I'm thinking probably on the KZOR YouTube channel. Charlie the Thumb Fairbrush helping us out with that one to make sure we can get everything covered on Thursday. Of our Eunice guys, appreciate him. And ding dong, that one's going to come on in and hit her as all of a sudden Utahada having some problems, and that will put Lady Rams at the corners with nobody out. So now Annalie Lujan to the plate. Singled in the first, then popped out in the fourth. She is 1 for 2. And she also represents the potential tying run at the plate with nobody out. Not the time to start struggling if you are the Lady Cats. Utahada shading the eyes as she looks into the dugout. And now she'll deliver, swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Daff gets to it and fires it over, and then coming back home, and in time, nope. But they give up the run. They trade the run for the out, so Bond is in. It'll be a sacrifice, a swinging bunt. 1-3 for out number 1. So Lovington trades the run for the out. It will move Ornelas to second. So now Edison Mayberry to the plate. With Ornelas standing at second. So the Portales catcher 2 for 2 had an infield single back in the fourth and singled out to deep left center with an RBI in the first. So 2 for 2 for the Portales cleanup hitter who's hitting nearly 500 on the year. She'll improve that after today. And that will be ball number 1. You really had you might ought to think about just walking Mayberry. You really hadn't had any trouble with the bottom of the order as that pitch swung on, and that one will be screwballed foul into the dirt and over to the on-deck circle to the left. As things even up at a ball and a strike. Udahata, Kidoga both looking into the dugout. Coach McCraw signals everything out. Everybody's ready to go. Daff will deal. The 1-1 swung on, and that one is high in the air, foul. Out to the Lovington batting cage. Down the right field line, a long, loud strike two. Still a 1-2 strike count. One down, a run across for Portales here in the 6th. Runner at second is Ornelas, 4-2, Lovington leads. And the pitch outside, yep, outside, evens things up at 2-2. So you've got her looking. That late breaking curve inside has been a good one, and the rising fastball, that one's going into the stands over on the right side, so the count stays at 2-2. So a 2-2 strike count. One down here in this top of the 6th inning. Portales chipped away at what started out as a 3-run Lovington lead. Now just a 2-run Lovington lead. Runner in scoring position. And 1 run across for the Lady Rams. 2-2 on the way, swung on, and that'll be a hard shot on the ground. Morales hoovers it up, gets it over to Olguin in plenty of time. 4-3 for out number 2. It will move Ornelas over to third. The 2 out now, and now you don't really have to worry about it as Amaya Lujan to the plate. Lujan 0 for 2 in the ball game. So you'd like to keep this one right where it is with a 2-run lead going to the bottom of the 6th. See if you can tack some runs on. Lovington will have the bottom third due up in the 6th. And the first pitch just blows that one by the second baseman, Lujan, for strike number 1. Daff with 9 strikeouts through 5 2/3. Would like to get one here. And the pitch swung on and missed. Lujan goes golfing. Probably needed the pitching wedge for that one instead of the gap iron. So a 0-2 strike count. Udahata has it, tosses it, swung on, and that one will be fouled off the end of the bat. So the count stays 1-2 as Lujan will live to see another pitch. She can find a way on. Terrazas, the DH, DP, here in softball, waits on deck. So a 0-2 strike count. And the pitch, and that one will be away. Ball number 1. Trying to get her to chase. Lujan smartly says, no, I'll just hold on to it. Thank you very much. So a 1-2 strike count. 2 down, a run across for Portales, trying to keep their inning going. And the pitch swung on and missed. Ringer up, sitter down. Strikeout number 10 and out number 3 for the Lady Rams, but they managed to Frankenstein a run across. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Lovington 4, Portales 2. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
Lovington Wildcat fans, are you ready for the battle? Battle Energy is ready to take the court with the Cats. For all your BOP nipple-ups and BOP testing, call Battle Energy. Battle Energy is also providing safety training, no matter where you need it. Battle does on-site or mobile training. Call today at 575-942-9472 for the company that's ready to go to battle with you. Battle Energy proudly supports all Lovington and Lee County athletics.
1 run on no hits, 1 error committed by Lovington. 1 runner left on for Portales. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Sabri Sanchez, then Malaya Castro and Bethany Tavera. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Lady Cats. They'd like to get that run back and maybe another one or two if they could in this inning, leading 4-2. Lujan still in the circle, and she'll deal the first one, and it's going to be popped up on the infield right back to Lujan. Takes about 4 steps out of the circle to the first base side of things. And Sanchez pops out and is 0 for 3 on the day. So now it'll be Malaya Castro to the plate. It'll be Castro's first at bat. Came in as a pinch runner back in the 4th inning and was left stranded. So, but this will be her first at bat in the ball game. First pitch to Malaya will be inside from Lujan, and that'll be ball number 1. Malaya with a little pop in the bat. Good speed when she's out on the base paths. But got to find a way on. And the 1-0 pitch, that one will be a riser out of the zone. Ball number 2. Bethany Tavetta waits on deck, and it would turn back over to the top of the Lady Cat lineup. Castro or Tavera can find their way on. And the 2-0 pitch swung on, and that one will be hit high in the air out to shallow center field. On the run coming in is Bonda, and almost bobbles it, but then remembers to use the second hand. And it'll be a shallow fly out to center for out number 2. Then that'll be Bethany Tavetta to the plate. Tavetta 1 for 2. Singled and scored back in the 3rd, and then reached via fielder's choice in the 4th. 2 out, nobody on. First pitch to Tavetta is going to be just high for ball number 1. Mayberry tried to frame that one up. I'm not buying it. Just a little bit high. I think she maybe doesn't jerk it quite so much. Maybe she gets the call. 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one will be lifted high in the air out to center field. Hangs up just enough for the speedy Bonda on the run to get to it in the gap in right center. And so back-to-back flyouts to center. And Lovington, for just the second time in the game, goes 1-2-3. We head to the 7th. Lovington 4, Portales 2. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Lovington goes quietly 1-2-3 in the 6th. We head to the 7th. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. The last chances due up for the Portales Lady Rams. So leading it off, it'll be Terrazas. So Terrazas will lead things off. I don't think that may not be Terrazas, but we'll check. We'll see the back of the jersey here. I know Coach was talking, so we may have a pinch hitter. We will have a pinch hitter. That'll be Cordova, the first baseman, hitting for herself. And she'll take a hack at the first one. That'll be strike number 1. So Dossie Cordova is the hitter. So hitting for herself. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Lovington 3 outs away from winning the opener in district. And the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Utahada. Taff has pitched pretty good so far. Of the 2 runs on the board, just one of them earned. An error behind her cost her the second one. And the 0-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side and gets out over the Lovington dugout. So we'll reset at no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. Score update coming in from Roswell. We'll have that for you momentarily. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Got her to chase the curveball. Ring her up and set her down. 11th strike out of the ball game for Utahada. The Hobbs Lady Eagles also in action tonight. Other Lee County softball action. Hobbs winning game 1, 15-7. Dawn Morgan with that one over on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. One down now as Anetsia Acosta steps in at 0-2, and she'll take the first one. Swung on and missed. Pardon me, that's Ruth Espinosa. So Espinosa on to pinch hit for Gomez. Lovington trying to win their 13th game of the season. But more importantly, go to 1-0 in district. It's Coach Dodge over to talk to the ump again. Just give him your phone number, Coach. So a no ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. And the pitch, and that one is going to nip the inside corner. Daff has had that one all afternoon for the most part. One of them got away from her, and she hit a batter, but she's been working the corners extremely effectively. So now Espinosa down, no balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch, that one is going to sail away for ball number 1. Still a 1 ball, 2 strike count. 1 down, we are in the top of the 7th. Lovington holding on to the 4-2 lead. And the 1-2 pitch swung on. That'll be a little comebacker. It's knocked down by Utahada. Daphne keeps her head, gets it quickly, gets it over to Olguin, flips it over 1-3 for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. And that will bring the last hope for Portales to the plate. Says Anitzi Acosta to the plate. She's 0 for 2. And she represents the Lady Rams' last hope in this district opener. Lovington holds on. They will improve to 13-5. First pitch to Acosta. That one going to sail away for ball number 1. So a 1 ball, no strike count. Acosta 0 for 2. Strikeout victim both prior times to the plate. And the 1-0 pitch, fastball. That one's on the outside corner. Good pitch there from Utahada. Even sinks up at a ball and a strike. Portales, they don't come back on this one. Will drop to 9-9 on the season. 0-1 in district. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. Good pitch from Utahada. So now just 1 strike away. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Ringer up and set her down. It is a 1-2-3 inning, and Lovington will be victorious in this one. Our final score here this afternoon will be Lovington 4, Portales 2. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on for Portales in that inning. Our final line score in this one for your victorious Lovington Lady Cats. They get 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error committed, and they leave 5 runners out on the base paths. For Portales, they get 2 runs on 4 hits. They commit 3 errors, and they leave 3 runners out on the base paths. So winning pitcher is Daphne Utahada, goes the complete way in 7, gives up 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, has 12 strikeouts in the game and no walks. Taking the loss for Portales is Lujan. She goes the complete distance to 6 innings. Gives up 4 runs. 3 of them were earned. She had 3 strikeouts to go along with 4 walks. So next up for Lovington after this evening, they will be right back here on Thursday as the Artesia Lady Bulldogs come into town to continue district. That'll be a doubleheader getting underway at 5 o'clock. We'll have that for you here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. So 4-2 our final. The Lovington Lady Cats victorious and go to 13-5 on the year, but more importantly 1-0 in district. For Tiff and Evie keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square for Dawn Morgan on assignment, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Lady Cat Field. Lovington victorious 4-2. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noel Mark Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Thursday.